everybody, Kitsune Haruri here, and welcome to Doll Yokai. It's November, and I've got my first two doll videos out, and it's time for the second skill video. I have been seeing a lot of other doll makers that are doing flocking on their dolls. Now, there is a machine out there that you can actually hook up to, I guess it causes static with the batteries or something. You hook it to the item and then you shake the flocking over it and it makes the fuzzy kind of not nice to touch flocking that you see on a lot of items that you buy pre-flocked. That's not what I'm doing because I don't want to pay for the equipment. So what else can we do? Well, some of the others have been flocking their dolls using yarn and glue. How's that done? We're going to try it out and find out. I've never done this before, so I'm going to be learning right along with you, and we'll see how this turns out in just a few moments. So for this particular learning session, I went digging around in the stock box and I found this little fella. It's a, well, it's an ugly baby. So I'm going to take this little baby and I'm going to give it some flocked hair and hopefully improve its appearance a little bit in the process. And you use yarn to do this. I have some yarn, it's all thin yarn, and it's a lot of stuff that I was using to do wefted tails and things a few years back. I think I'm going to use this one. Kind of a blue-gray color. I don't know how well you can see the color of it here. But I think that's a pretty good hair color for this baby. But first I have to prepare this guy. So other than just escaping him here from the plastic, I need to clean him with a little bit of acetone. I need to take this hair color off, the face color off, and whatever this imprint on the butt is, it's got to go. And he needs washed anyway because he's kind of oily and slimy feeling. Not sure where this little guy came from. My mother gave me a whole bag of them. I guess you're supposed to make them look like the reborn dolls. I don't think that's possible with a doll that looks like this, but you know, good practice. So I'll go get this guy prepped up and we'll get started. I'll be right back. Okay, so baby has had a bath, and honestly that improved the baby quite a bit. One, it's not slimy and greasy, and another, somehow that paint was not doing it any favors. So, we got the baby, got my surface covered. I used just some basic wax paper that's enough to keep the glue from sticking all over the place and making me have to scrub the counter. I've got a little, well, paint tray normally, but the backside's clean, so I'm going to be putting some of my shavings in that. A sacrificial brush for the glue. Something cheap, as long as it doesn't lose hairs. I hope it doesn't lose hairs. I'm going to be using Aleene's original tacky glue. I've used it for years for everything. I should assume that it would work here too. I may assume wrong. I'm going to find out. If it works, well, there you go. It's usable. If not, see what the others were using, because I don't remember. And hopefully it's in this country. And of course there's my gray yarn. So, first thing I need to do is figure out where I want the hairline on this baby. I could follow the hairline they have, but I don't want that giant forehead. I want to bring it forward a little bit. So I'm just going to get myself a colored pencil, which I have sitting over here. Brown will do, I think. Let me get it sharpened up. How many of you are old enough for one of these? Not the best sharpening job in the world, but it'll do. So let's see. I want to bring this baby's hairline down. Thinking down to here. Ooh, this baby takes no marks at all. Alright, so I'm doing this blind. Hooray. I'll just jump in. A bit of glue on the tray. And a bit of glue on the baby. There's some starts. Now what I saw others do, is they took their scissors and cut a little bit of this off. I think I might even let it just fall on the baby. There's little shavings of it. And you just kind of pat it on where the glue is at. It looks like it's working out pretty good. You want to keep these little shavings very, very tiny to get just a fuzzy look. I imagine you could use slightly longer hair, like man hairstyles. Well, there's a little patch to start. I think I'll keep going and see what I end up with. Okay, so here's the first layer. It's still damp. It's tiny bit patchy looking. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but I've also seen a couple of the doll makers who are using this do more than one layer. I might put a little bit more on after this dries, because I know if I apply it now, all of this is going to come off onto the brush. So I'm going to set this baby aside to dry, and we'll go on for a second layer. Alright, so the first layer has dried, and yeah, there's some little bit patchy areas there. So I'm going to go ahead and try the second layer thing and see how that turns out. And if that works, then this baby's hair experiment would be a success. So here we go. I need some fresh glue. Okay, and I have finished. It still has some spots that are drying, but overall I think the technique worked out pretty good. It'd be a lot easier if I had been able to actually draw a hairline, but nonetheless, there we have it. We've got a baby with flocked hair. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to visit me also at my other channel, Kitsune Haruri, where I do stuff and things. And I will see you next time here on Doll Yokai. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.